What's happening, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back. My name is Fizz. How's everyone doing today? We are another video for you today, and today it is the finally an update video for ARK Commander. Now, this video is going to explain everything by downloading it, where to get it, how to use it, and everything, and features and stuff. I won't go into detail a lot of things, so if you want complete details and stuff, link in the description down below, or comments down below for another video, as well as comment down below if you want me to do an actual video. So let's start by going actually how to download the ARK Commander. So you want to type in, it'll be in the link description down below, for all the links, is you want to type in just ARK Commander into Google or some sort of anything. Just type ARK Commander or go to sparks.com, you know, blah blah blah. And you want to go to a download. Wait for the page to load, and you want to download. Now, you want to download where are you from? So obviously this is Canada, Australia, US. You want to go US if you live in the UK or other stuff. Download it. You're gonna go down up here to download it, and we just wait until downloaded. So that's pretty much how you download it. I'll go over it one more time because I know a lot of people don't understand how to actually download this, and then it should open a raw file down here, like so. Alright, so after you have downloaded it and everything, you're going to come up with this raw file. What you're going to do is just right click on it and extract here. You can do it on your desktop. Just drag this from your downloads and drag it to your desktop and then extract. And it should come up with something like this, a little ARK Commander, a little icon with a little doohickey. And what you're going to do is click on it. We're just going to click on it. It's going to load up into Commander. It's called ARK Commander, but it's named Commander because it's got a bunch of different stuff for it, different settings. And it should look something like this. Ew, I don't like it like this, but a lot of people do. So we're going to show you guys how to change this feature unlike this. So, we're going to wait for it to load. It's still loading. Alright, it's good now. So, to change to the view I usually do, we're going to click on this little gear up here. We're going to go down to Options. We're going to switch this Commander mode to Overlay, and we're going to save and close. And what's going to happen is it's going to close our Commander again. We're going to get our little hotbar on the bottom. We're going to double click again on this, and it's going to open ARK Commander by Sparks. And it's going to load it the other way, the way I like it. There we go. Updating library. And there we go. So we're gonna hit Alt. Make sure you understand what Alt is on your keyboard. A-L-T, the Alt key on your keyboard. Okay, they both work. So make sure you know what that is. Now let's go over some features real quick. So let's go over settings because this is the most important thing. So if you want to change your keybind on how to open it, this is where it is. If you want to change your keybind on where your console, now for me, I use I actually use tab. It's set to default. That's how you open your in-game inventory. But I actually use I for my inventory for console commands. And yes, it's a little bit hard sometimes. Hey, greater supporter, GG Fizz, nice. Anyways, yeah. Use I use I. It doesn't matter whatever you use. It's just whatever you use your console commands, like gamma and all the other stuff. That's what we're going to change that. Anyways, let's go over to options. So let's take a look at all these. So a lot of these options you don't really need to touch nor at all. But like these top ones are kind of important. So this is determining what you want to be able to do the search engine. So as of right now, I have Primitive Plus and Dark and Light. No one uses Primitive Plus, so get rid of that garbage. Dark and Light, I'm not actually playing it right now, so I don't need to search it. But this is a good feature if you're only playing like on Scorched Earth or something, and you only want Scorched Earth things, or if you're just on Rag and you just really want just Griffins and Ice Golems and the Lava Golems. But for the most part, all four of these are pretty good to keep. Over here, you got yourselves, the hide taskbar, so if you want to hide it or not, I usually have it hide. You can also have it transparency, speech sync. I don't really touch all these, but I will tell you a good one to touch is if you have a stack mod on your server, or if you play with stacks mods on your single player. These right here are probably going to be the key settings that you would like to change, because we have stack mods and I usually set everything to 500 because usually I'm creative building or doing something. So this means that the cap of spawning in a item, so like 500 walls and whatever, or wood, that's how much you can spawn in, is 500. You can also have a quick shot hot heads up display, which just turns on up here. It tells you your F through 10, what you set up. We're going to shut that off for now because we don't need that. And yeah, that's pretty much it. You got your appearances. You got the orange Fizzy, the best skin you should use. But I'm not going to hurt your eyes for this video because it's amazingly fizzy. Fizzalicious. I'm just gonna do the default one for you guys for today, so that way I don't burn your eyeballs, because I know a lot of people don't like that. And then you can hit save and close. But anyways, so let's get over to the actually ARK Commander. So if you want to skip around in the video, I'll probably put in the description some other stuff, because now we're gonna actually get into the actual commander. Now, we're going to start from right to left, because the right side is actually one of the most important areas that you should actually learn about ARK Commander, because this is your server settings, your server abilities, your time and day, your invisibility, your recon, your save world, all these good things over here is very important. So we're going to go over that, as well as the custom stuff, which you can customize, which we'll go over that as well. But first, let's start off with the main thing. So if you play on a server that your friend gives you the password for admin commands, this is the key for that. Now, what happens is you can go over into settings again, like so, and you can actually put your password right here. So if the server was like, I don't know, GG, blah, 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 something, right? That's the password. And then when you hit save and continue, when you hit this, it will actually import the ability to tell you exactly what it will be. Enable cheats and then the password, so that way you don't have to remember the password every single time you log in. That's honestly a really good feature. Yeah, it's pretty good. Over here, it's my admin manager. You're clicking on this to actually read every single command in the game of ARK. This allows you to do all console commands and stuff, so it's very simple and easy. I mean, it has that's just another video in general. You could probably go look at that up. There's so many commands. But yeah, that's basically this is spectator. You know what spectator is. You get to fly around and get to see people. You have save world, save your server, save your single player. You have a broadcaster. This doesn't work actually. We have a painter. This is actually the painter gun for painting creatures. We'll go over this real quick. So if I'm gonna paint a dodo, okay, and I want to paint it to do different colors, right? Basically, I can just set the colors to what I want. So maybe I want this color to be pink and this section to be purple or pink, and then there you go. And then I can actually save this as a preset. So as you can tell, you can actually save these and stuff, and it's pretty cool. I mean, it's I asked for this feature. I'm adored. I mean, this is like really good when you do admin painting for dinos for servers. So you can just go, okay, what's color 0 through 5? What do you guys want? You want pink, 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 cyan, cyan? Okay, good. And then you hit apply, and then boom, it paints the creature. It's very simple, easy. It has every single color in the game. So yeah, have fun with that. Let's open that back up. Next we're gonna do is leave me alone. This does basically all the abilities. It just makes you very immune and creatures can't see you. It's just basically a simple god. Buff me also does the same thing. It gods and gives you full XP and other stuff. Reset, it basically, if I hit this, it actually enables this, this, and this, and then I could just hit reset and it disables all of them. And obviously this is exactly the same thing. Visibility, infinite, I can't even say it. Infinite stats. Wow, that was a hard word for some reason. God mode off, on and off. And yeah, and next row is, you know, day. It's morning, midnight, midday, midnight, midday, same thing. Fly, walk, ghost, target. Yeah, so these are all, you know, pretty simple commands. Target, kill. These are kill my dinos. So this would kill every single wild creature in the game. This would kill all dinos in the game. Do it. And this would just kill target, whatever you're facing. So if I was in game right now, I would just kill target and stuff. And by the way, I am actually recording this when I don't have internet. So yes, this is why I'm not in game or anything, because I'm frustrated with ARK because I can't play. If anyone wants to know. Anyways, so the next command is very, very, very useful. So Finger cannon. This finger cannon has a lot of different things that it can do. For one, it can do destroy my target, which just destroys the corpse and doesn't leave one. Kill my target, which leaves a corpse. I mean, it basically tells you everything right here on the right side. Do tame is a tame admin command. Force tame is the regular vanilla way of taming it. Give to me is like, for instance, an example is that if I'm an admin and there's a tribe that has a door lock, I can just give that to me and open it because it would be back to my tribe. Set baby age to 1, set imprint to 1. This is the commands for, I actually forgot about these commands. Wow. Maybe I should look at Commander, ARK Commander. I forgot all about all these ones. This sets the baby age to grow up to 1, and this sets the imprint to 1. Destroy tribe structures. That's everything. Destroys everything on the server. And destroy tribe dinos. It's pretty simple. How you use it, you just set it. You click on this. It's enabled now. And what you do is your middle mouse button, you just click, and when you're in game, if I was moving around, I would just kill stuff, or vice versa, doing all the other commands. It's pretty cool. Over here is instant XP. I have mine set to 50,000, but you can change it to about maximum or minimum. You could do like a couple hundred XP, but to be honest, it's a fluctuation command. So yeah, so that's all the commands, basic commands, in the most simplest way I can explain it, because they're very simple and easy to understand. Really are. Alright, next section. Custom commands, and also other custom ARK commands. So, this is the section that you can make custom commands. So, it's just a section right here that you click from commands next to custom. You go down here and you can actually have a little search thing and everything. But basically, what this does, it allows you to make custom commands. So, for instance, let's do this one. Let's do rip. So, rip, the command is admin hurt me 90. This was when I was using it to film myself to kill myself during filming for one of the scenes. And I couldn't type it fast enough or paste it fast enough, so I just set a hotkey command for me to do it. Now, I didn't set a group nor a, the command is called rip. So basically, what it does is you can set a command to do like a hotkey. So let's go, for instance, spectator. Spectator, what this does is cheat, set, show all players true. So if I go into spectate mode and I want to see everybody's person, right, everyone's character, I need to input this command. I just click on it and boom, that's it. And inputs on the bottom and does it. Basically all these do. This also does coins. This does the glory coins 100. This is colors. This used to be before all the other stuff was added. I don't even know what the hell this one is. That's nothing. You just delete that. Boop. And that's how you delete it. So this is how you add assign hotkey, and this is how you delete command, and this is also how you edit command. So basically, yeah, that's also how you can kill beehives, which that's another custom command. I don't have that many. I don't even know what the hell is this. Oh, that's the tree platform one. You can summon tree platforms in anywhere, but you get the point. You can add custom commands from any mods and other stuff. Like for instance, all my old Alpha Plus commands are in here. Good old Alpha Plus. Sadly, it's gone, which actually I need to delete, but I haven't had time. So yeah, basically that's it. Over here we have artifacts. So these are all the vanilla ARK artifacts. We also have loot crates, every single loot crate in the game. We also have miscellaneous, which also does 25 dies, learn all engrams, clamp ownership of target, suicide, and dino color. Which I don't know. Yeah, I don't know why it's. I guess that's what the old dino color thing was. Scorch Earth crates. These are the Scorch Earth ones. The Scorch Earth loot crate, supply drop, Scorch Earth weather, so you can actually customize weather. I actually have mine to stop, and you can actually change these. See, these say stop, and you just change it to stop, and vice versa. This is the only map you can actually change weather, which is kind of interesting. Why does the island not have it? And you can summon beaver dams and stuff. Yeah. So yeah, that's basically it. If you wanna, add a command and stuff, you just go to down here and you start typing your command in. Basically it. Now the group is actually the group of areas. So if I did a new command called I don't know, new dino and F, okay, what happens is I add command And now, under Alpha Plus, it added a new command at the very bottom, new dino. And there you go. Doesn't do anything, but that's how you add a command. So yeah, so that's basically the simplified of adding new commands and also, yeah, commands. Pretty cool, huh? Very simple and easy. Alrighty, welcome back. Alrighty, welcome back. So I figured since the next stuff is actually going to be based in game because it's not server settings or whatever, I figured we get in game. So let's start by opening our commander once again. So if we look at this, we're gonna cover two sections right now. We're actually gonna cover this section right here. We're gonna cover this section as well. So let's start with the left section right now. So what the heck is F1 through F10? Well, if you look at your keyboard, you actually have that. You have F1 through F12 actually. So there you go on that. But no, basically what this does is F1 through F10 is basically a hotkey to spawn stuff in. Now, what does that mean? So for instance, if I was building with like stone walls and stuff and I want to be able to set a hotkey for it, basically what I would do is I would type in a wooden wall or wooden wall or just don't know how to spell today. Let's go to wooden wall. Here's wooden wall and we're just going to drag it over here. Now, to be certain on how much you're going to spawn in, this little key right here is important, alright? But we're getting too ahead of ourselves, so let's go over stuff like, let's go over real quick everything. So, this is our spawn commands in. This is our loadout, so we can have 10 different loadouts of these. So that means if I wanted a wood one, if I wanted a stone one, if I wanted a tech one, I can basically set 1 through 10 basically to be different things. And if I wanted to clear them all out, you just hit that, boop, 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 and it just clears them out completely. This over here is the library. Now this is the main ARK Survival Evolved vanilla game stuff. And what I mean about that, everything that is from Wildcard is in here. No modded stuff, nothing. We'll get into that later. Basically, what we have is Aberration. We have Primal Ark, which is the main arc. We also have Ragnarok, which is a couple things. Then we have Scorch Earth at the bottom. So, for instance, if I wanted to spawn in, like earlier, a wooden object, for instance, a wooden foundation or something, I would go over to type in wooden on the top. Obviously, in Aberration, there is wooden structures. There's also elevators, but we don't want those. What we want is wooden structure. Let's do a wooden billboard. I want to have 1,000. I was gonna say 1,000, but I forgot I said it 500. Sometimes I have it at 1,000. I want 500 billboards. Now, for something like billboards, that actually won't work. And for actually on my single player, I actually don't have stack mod, so I'm gonna just set it back to 10. Now, right now it's set to 500. So if I go back into game and I hit F1, it's gonna spawn me the maximum amount of billboards I can hold, which is 100. That's it. I can only hold 100. It's gonna spawn me 100. Okay. If I set this back down to 10 and I drag this back up to here, it resets it now to 10. So if I hit it again, F1, it now gave me only 10. Pretty simple, huh? And it puts it on my hotbar. So as you can tell, each one is, this is why there's not 11 or 12, because you actually don't have 11 or 12 hotkeys. But yeah, so that's basically it. Now, the search engine right here is very interesting and very good. The reason why it has every single thing in the game, and it all works pretty well. So for instance, if you're trying to think about something from Aberration, like a, I don't know, glow sticks. Someone lost all their glow sticks or something. You can just come down here and search glow sticks and spawn 10 of them. There you go. You got 10 glow sticks. It's pretty simple. It has everything in it. I mean, it's kind of self-explanatory. It's basically a small wiki just packed into some categories and stuff that you can basically spawn thing in, as well as you have a hotkey. Now, the cool thing is you can actually use this for instance, if I wanted to have elements, right? If I want to just have a bunch of element, right, and I can only have 10 at a time that spawns in, well, what I can do is I actually spam F1. It's going to lag my game because I actually hold it down pretty long. But sometimes, because I'm doing 580 element spawns, you can actually do that as well. Now, obviously, if you have a stack mod, you can increase this amount to be different or greater or something, whatever, or less, and then you can spawn a bunch of them in. And this is kind of a good way for, like, if you're trying to, I don't know, for instance, like, try to, you're, like, trying to fill a bunch of, like, torches with some stuff, you know, it's pretty good. But yeah, so that's basically it. So that's kind of how you use the item spawn keys in for ARK Commander, and as well as the hotkeys spawns in. Alrighty, next section. So the next section is probably one of your favorites or your most difficult. This is the Dinos. So if you know ARK Survival Evolved, it's like over 100 something dinos. Okay. There's a lot of spawn codes to remember. There's also over 1,000 items in the game. So it's good to have everything into one section like this. So we have our dinosaurs. Right here we have from Aberration, the main game, Ragnarok, and then Scorched. So it's very simple. So let's start something easy. Okay? Let's do a griffin. Okay? It goes up to Ragnarok. You just go down here. You also have Fantasy, Boss, which is, for some reason, it's Boss Minion also has that. We're going to just go to Fantasy. That's Griffin. So this is ARK's Survival Evolved's main Griffin that they made for the game. Ragnarok's Griffin that spawns in Rag. Okay? So down here we have a couple choices. We have actions, mod actions. This is actually, we'll go over that soon. Then we have is levels, distance, height, offspring, GM summon, as well as spawn action spread. Now you're probably wondering, what the hell does all this stuff do? We're going to go over this. So obviously this is your level. So if I spawned in right now this griffin, okay, I'm gonna pop this on so it doesn't kill me. I spawned in a level 100 wild griffin. Okay, pretty simple and easy. Get over there. All right, that's pretty simple. Okay, now what happens if I wanted to do, for instance, one that was higher or lower than me and actually more away? So as you could see earlier, I can actually drag this around and I can actually change the action of where it spawns. So for instance, if I wanted it actually higher, I can actually do this all the way up here, as well as offset is I could just do the height as well. Let's do height like that. Boom. So now if I spawn it in, see how far it was? It's not too far. I mean, it's kind of meh. You don't, I mean, to be honest, what you want to do is spawn it right on top of you anyways. I mean, for the most part, most times you want to spawn it on top of you. But if you don't, you know, you could just do that. So let's make sure it's in the right spot. Pretty much. So pretty good. Let's destroy these. Actually, I'm just going to destroy it. Oh, so much easier than destroying every single one of them. Okay, so that's pretty cool. So what happens though if you wanted to tame a dino? Okay, you click this little box. This little box spawns tame command, has limited tames, and it locks everything in place basically on where it is. So if I wanted to spawn, for instance, a level 500 griffin, okay, but I don't want to go out and tame it. I just want to tame it for my single player, and all I do is just click the little box. And there you go. You just found yourself a level 500 perfect tame griffin. And obviously now it's under me and it's got all the stuff. It actually does the full-on levels and everything and stuff. So it's pretty cool. Alright, so that's kind of what that does. And, you know, it's pretty simple. Now, there's another thing you can do. Okay? If we go down to here, I'm going to set this back to 100. There's something called spawn action spread. What does this do? Now, I'd be very careful with this command because it actually can pretty much kill you. Meaning your single player or your server. This is the command to spawn multiple random level creatures in a certain radius. You got your amount, how many creatures, you got your distance, height, offset, spread. Okay? What I usually like to do if I'm doing last man standing or events, I usually set this all the way down to the bottom. I set the spread to a little bit of a minimum, and then I do my different spread numbers. Now, 500, I would say is retarded. Or not retarded, sorry, not the word. I would say stupid. Just don't do it. 10 is like max. 20, 30, yeah. Let's do, fine. For your enjoyment, we'll do 50. Okay? So it's going to spawn the height. It's going to basically spawn 50 griffins above me. Well, it should. Yep, and there you go. Oh, jeez. And they're all the random levels. Oh, yeah. I didn't realize. Oh my god, this looks like one of those commercial, like one of these cartoons and all the. Oh, that's pretty good. All right. Anyways, let's stop this. Let's stop the fighting. We don't want to fight. But basically, that's what it does. It action spreads. It spawns the amount of creatures. It spawns the height, and it spawns the spread of how spread out they are. It's pretty simple and easy. Now, what we're gonna do next is go over the next thing. We'll be back for this command next. But yeah, that's basically Dinos. Hopefully, you understand that. So, if you know ARK Commander, and you've probably seen me actually use it. Basically, you would know that ARK Commander is fully supported for a lot of different mods, from all the way from the auction house to automated ARK to avatar. It's basically got a lot of mods. It also has a lot of outdated mods, like for instance these. These are all outdated, which are very bad. But it doesn't really matter. The thing is, I will say, it's very cautious with Hive, because they're not, all the mods on here are not always up to date. Like if I actually go here, whoops, that's not how you spell it. Alpha Plus is still here. This mod's been dead for like 3 months now, or 4 months. It's not even on the mod page, but it's sentimental and I'm keeping it there. It's sentimental. Good old mod. Too bad Maple didn't want to continue. Anyways, but yeah, so basically what happens, let's go for an instance, for an example, this new mod. This is actually a new mod for a couple weeks ago. The water, I don't actually have any mods, so I guess I'll just do one that I know. Let's go to, oh, look at that. There's a great mod right there. It's a Gaia. Hey. So if you are searching for a mod and you're on single player and you want to test some mods out, this is a great way to do it. Now, a lot of mod creators basically will contact Spark, or I would give suggestions, or someone else will give suggestions, or vice versa. Basically, people just give suggestions all the time for what mods should be added to ARK Commander, and then basically they get updated usually once a month. Most times, latest is 2 months. Usually, depends on how many mods get updated in a certain month. But anyways, so to very simply on how do you add it is basically you just check it. Now this one's already checked, so I'm gonna do this one over here. I want to download the GAF structures. No idea what that is, but it seems legit, so I'm gonna download it. That's all I hit. But that's it. I have now collected 17 items. So that means there's 17 spawn commands in this. But maybe I don't want it. Maybe I'm done with GAF structures. I just hit the little X. But it is now gone. Now, obviously, I have a bunch of mods already here. Obviously, you have eco stuff. I only load in some mods sometimes when I'm actually playing and using them with them. So, we already have our mods in checked. But yeah, basically, just check the little box. And basically, make sure you have a little... Where the hell is it? It's just easier to do this. A little check mark. So that way you know it's installed. So now we can go actually come back to my library. Now, Gaia is actually a great example to show you guys. So Gaia actually has dinos and items. So remember this section over here, our libraries. We had our vanilla creatures and our vanilla creatures and our vanilla items. What we can do now is we actually can go to mod actions on both of these on the bottom. Bum 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 bum. Would you look at that? These are my mods that have items. These are my mods that have dinos. As you can tell, it's only one mod. Hippie hooray! Anyways, so let's take a look. Let's go from the left side over. It basically is the exact same way as vanilla ARK. You come down here. I want a Christmas item. I wanted a Christmas flag. You click on the Christmas flag. I can actually drag it up to my spawn commands. I can also change the amount of quantity and the amount of amount. Now, quantity actually doesn't really matter, because if you set it more than 3, it goes to send in automatically, because ARK is dumb on that coding. But the amount obviously can change from 10 to all the way to 500, because we changed our setting earlier, and vice versa. And yeah, basically that's kind of the same thing. Now, over here, it's the same exact thing as well. If we go to creatures, this is very nicely organized. Depending on how the mod creator actually develops their mods, sometimes these are actually going to be very, very bad, because I've seen a couple that these are just completely all over the place. Like Alpha Plus was very, very messy, because Maple didn't know how to organize stuff very efficiently for ARK Commander, or his mod in general. But it still worked really well, so it was a very good mod. It's just his side of organization was a mess. But basically, as you can tell, this actually has every single spawn code in the game. It is not up to date though, I will say that, because there's a lot of stuff that's missing. But so for instance, if I wanted to spawn in, I don't know, a dreadful wolf. Alright, I go down to my little NPC Dreadfuls, and I go down to wolves, and basically it acts like the same thing. You have your amount, your distance, your height, your off spread, and vice versa. You can also change, that's your spawn action spread. You can also come down here. It does exactly the same thing as the vanilla one. Okay? It's pretty simple. Very simple and easy. And if you don't want to have it anymore, you could just remove it like that, or go back to vanilla dinos, and vice versa. You can come back down over here. But yeah, that's basically the main gist of ARK Commander with Hive. We're going to go now into some more technical things, and if you want to continue, feel free. But if not, thanks for watching, and we'll continue on the next one. Alrighty, so welcome to the more advanced viewing. Obviously, it's the same video, but we're going to continue. So, we're going to go up to mapping. Now, mapping is a little bit tricky if you don't know what you're doing. This is one of my new favorite features. It's not really new, it's actually been in the ARK Commander for a while, but it's my new feature that I've been actually really playing around with a lot. So, let's take a look. So, this is kind of confusing. We have Ragnarok, Scorched Earth, Center, the Island. These are map spawn locations. These are all the artifacts of Rag. These are all the artifacts in all the dossier notes and everything. This is actually how you can really get all your achievements if you really wanted to. So I guess we'll go to the island. So let me set this back up. So we're going to change this map to the island. And we're going to go to the hunter. Or that one. And we just spawned there in game. We just double click. And there you go. We are now at the gate. There's someone here. Oh yeah, this is my other this is my other server. But yeah, basically that just basically teleports me there. Now if I want to go to the actual where it is, I should be able to teleport right there. And there you go. There's the artifact of the hunter. Pretty cool, huh? Anyways, so let's continue. So yeah, these are all just custom teleport stuff and everything, and vice versa. You can actually change them if you really wanted to. So for instance, if I was actually a little bit too high, a little bit too low, and actually change the latitude and longitude and the altitude of how high and how low and vice versa where I want it to be. Very simple. Up here, you can change the map. So obviously I changed earlier was the island. We have Shiko Island. We also have the center. We also have the Scorched Earth map. We also have Ragnarok, which is not up to date, but it will be up to date very soon because Rag was actually just finished a couple months or weeks ago, actually. Not technically, but base-wise, modeling was. Anyways, Crystal Isles, which is also not done, but also has all the unfinished areas, and Aberration. Now, I will tell you this is not completely accurate, these maps, because you have to go in game and actually precisely code the coordinates and everything on them. Now, they're pretty close. I will say they're pretty close on a lot of them. But for instance, Crystal Isles one is not close at all to anything. I could be spawning over here, and it's actually spawning me over here. It's just determines on how the map develops and everything. Now, obviously, in the future, when the map is finished, this will be more tuned. So, like, for instance, Ragnarok as well, it does not spawn you where you want to go. So, for instance, if I wanted to go here, it'd probably spawn me over here, or vice versa over here, down here, or up there. It's a work in progress. It's still very good, though, so kudos to that. Alright, so let's go back to the island. Let's get ourselves out of here. Let's go back to over here where we were. So we're just going to right click, and I can see I am way too low. I'm actually going to probably kill myself. So let's just change our height a little bit. There we go. We're very nice and high, just where we were earlier. Very nice. Anyways, so let's continue. So over here now, we have some very cool things. So we're going to put them back to there. We have a little house. We also have tame, wild, players, tribes, tributes, and stuff. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to show you guys this very cool feature that I really like, which is really cool. So we're going to change from TP bookmarks over to save file data. And as you can tell, I actually have a file already processed. So what I have right now is I actually have my survival server aberration map file downloaded from my server, very up to date, because you can tell it's got 1. And I'm going to show you guys how this works. Now, this is very good for admin use. I've been using this a lot to make sure my spawns on both my servers are very, very good. It's very good and very easy. So what we're going to do is, if you want to do this, you load up your map files. So you go to local map file saves. I have a lot of mine basically on my downloads right now, because I change them out a lot, because I download the next one and next one and next one, because it's not a live software. But, you know, yeah, basically. Anyways, let's come back over here. So after you load your local map save, it should say ready path command imported. So now it's imported. Now what we gotta just do is process save data. So now it's gonna come down here, it's gonna calculate the tame creatures. It's gonna pop up 454. It's got the wild creatures, tribe information, and player profiles. Now it actually doesn't have these because I actually don't want them, so I don't actually download those files. If I wanted to, I would actually download the files. But anyways, so now what we can do is we're going to go over to tames. Now, not a tribe asset. I don't even know what that means. Oh. I don't even know what that means. Oh, these are all different people's tames. Anyway, they're not tribes. Anyways, so now what we can do is you can see what we have for tribes. So let's go exactly my tribe. So GG tribe on Aberration, my server, mine, basically I can see all my creatures that I have tamed on the server. And I can see the latitude and longitude codes. So for instance, if I lose a dino, for instance, maybe APP is gone. Alright? Where the hell is it? Well, it says it's at 3362. So now I can go back into the game and server and go to 3362 if I was playing survival. Or, so if someone from like Paradise of Sun, their Gaia snail's gone. What are we gonna do? Well, maybe they're gonna ask someone on one of the modders, and I'll be like, all right, it's at 3672 or it's 3772. Yeah, give them the wrong codes. To go to it. But yeah, it's a very good asset. It's very good if you use a server and you know you want to have your information. Now I will say the only downside, it's not up to date. Like I said, you have to always import the new save file each day or each hour or whenever the actually map saves. But it's very handy, it's very useful, and it's very nice because you don't have to be even in the server. I mean, look at, I'm on single player and I'm looking at where people's dinos are saved. I mean, that's crazy. Anyways, let's continue. So this is the thing that I've been using quite a bit, which is the wild spawns. Now this tells you every single creature that spawns on your server. It's a lot. It's a lot. But if you're trying to customize spawns, now for instance, the demonic golems, these are the things I've been working on spawning. And as you can tell, there is 27 of them spawning in this region. Okay, that's pretty good, not too bad. There's also demonic megalosauruses, demonic boas, and stuff like these are modded creatures. Obviously, crab, that's a vanilla creature. Like you can see all the different crabs on the map, and vice versa. Now, the best thing is, if you are a person that is playing on single player and you don't want to use mods in general, but you want to be able to locate good tames and be able to find them, but still tame vanilla ways, you could still do this. So what you can do is you can actually open this, and look, you can now see where the best and highest level tames are. Now obviously this fluctuates on the ability to be accurate, but it's pretty clear on where they can be. And it also tells the levels, and it also tells if it's female. If it's female, it's true. If it's not, it's false. Now obviously basilisk doesn't matter, but there actually is a hard code command for them, even though you can't mate them. Same thing with bees. This should all say false. Yep, it should all say false, and vice versa. So yeah, it's pretty cool. It's very simple. Obviously, you can do players if you import the player profiles and stuff. Also tribes and tributes. I actually don't use these, so I can't really explain these to you. But basically, it's kind of the same thing that this does. Tamed. I mean, this kind of says it already. It says you to creatures and stuff. It's pretty simple. But yeah, that's pretty much it. So yeah. Anyways, that's kind of ARK Commander in a nutshell. I know this is probably a really long video of me talking and stuff, but it pretty much was supposed to be an updated video and explaining everything on ARK Commander. If you did like the video, please tell me in the comments down below. Please tell me if this was very helpful, because I know a lot of people have been asking me about an updated video. I'm very sorry that I haven't. I meant to do one last update of ARK Commander, but I figured this is a good time to do it because, yeah, it's pretty good. But yeah, anyways, that's it. If you guys liked the video, leave a thumbs up, like, share, comment, name it. If you guys just share some love, you know, tell me how I did. Hopefully I did a good explaining of the video. Anyways, take care. Have a good one. Love you all. See you on the next one. Clap, clap. Clap, clap.